So as you can see, we have a lot of water coming out of pretty much the cracks in between the actual rock. So this is groundwater. It's recently rained here and it's actually just flowing over the top. So this is the Hume Formation. This one contains fossils, but because I'm in National Park you can't touch it. So you can see there's a lot of cracks and you can see where the water is coming out. So it would be coming from up above. So here we have Mason Falls in flood, and you've got water mainly coming from higher elevations because that's what gravity does, pushes the water down. You also got water that's percolating in from the sides up the top of that peak. It's flowing down into here. It's also discharging from the rock, the soil, and it's doing that all over the place. That's why there's a lot of water, because there's just been so much rain. The soil is just totally saturated. And if you go up, you can see it just won't stop, and we're going to have more rain, so this is going to be quite a spectacular sight for quite a while. So here we have the Hume Formation, and as you can see it's quite massive. It's not, you don't see any laminations in this rock basically, unless it's breaking. It breaks like a type of granite. So this is a siltstone. You do get some sandstones, but I don't see any in here. It's turbidic, so it is deposited in the continental slope. And as you can see, this is quite eroded. So you can actually find trilobites, brachiopods, gastropods. So as we go along, you can see it's quite eroded. If you look at the actual rock, the fossils are quite sparse. So because this is siltstone, this is quite tough. Well bonded together. Not too sure what the matrix is that bonds it. So the main erosional process is weathering. So this needs actually to be broken down because water, it does erode it, but it takes a long time, and if it's weathered, it just makes it breaking down a lot easier. So here we have groundwater coming out of the ground, out of the soil, trickling down. Seems like the discharge point is pretty much there. And as you can see, it's got quite thick soil. This siltstone is being held by the plant matter, the roots. So the erosion process is quite slow. So you can see how thick the actual soil is. It just builds up and it's just eroded slowly. So if you look at the rock, you can see it's been weathered pretty much. So this is partial erosion, been weathered by the water. So if there was a fossil anywhere there, it's been worn flat. And you can see how it's been rounded by the water action. So any fossils that you'd actually find here, you need to break the rock open. Because you're not really going to find any on the surface. I don't think that they would last very long because it generally just casts. And there's a little beetle crawling up and swimming on top of the water. Anyway, so again, yeah, any of the fossils that are there just pretty much cast, hollow casts. Some of them might have been replaced with, I don't know, probably some silt, but because they're just a cast of the actual animal, they get eroded very quickly. Yeah, so that's all the siltstone. You can see there's quite a lot of it here. And as you can see, it breaks in like shelves, so that's breaking pretty much in blocks. And that is silt. Maybe I'll do another video on silt and its properties.
So we can fly outside.
So here I am at Sugarloaf, and as you can see, this is all Hume Vale siltstone, as well as the Anderson Creek Formation. So the Hume Vale is about 420 million years ago. The Anderson Creek is about 420 to 440 million years ago, so it's a lot younger, so underlies the actual rock. And over there we have Kinglake. So that's pretty much the... so if you're to the east, I know you can't see it through the bushes. So this is probably southeast roughly. And if we go that way, you can see Melbourne.
From is not clear, maybe over there is like lots of clouds.
Yeah,
It's
lots of air in between.
Yeah.
So this is Melbourne. And in between we have the suburbs and some farmland. So when you come to Kinglake, if you want a bath, there's a bath here all set up for you. Looks a bit disgusting though. Whole tower. So if you look at the features of the actual mountain range, you can see you have down here, there's a watercourse going around there where all those trees are coming out. So all that rock has been removed. The elevation of this place would have been probably quite a few kilometres up into the sky. It's all been eroded, and the mountains that you see are all the harder rock that's hard to erode. The valleys are fractures where it is easier to erode the actual rock. And it actually looks better in person than on camera. So